It really is amazing how times change. A few weeks ago, when the third in line for the British throne was baptized, I was reading a poll on CNN that listed Americans as the greatest royal watchers on the face of the earth. A far cry from 1776, I'd say. Each and every year, as we celebrate July the 4th, as we celebrate our independence, I read the Declaration of Independence, as many do. It's usually printed in the Boston Globe, so it's on the editorial section, so it's nice and easy to find. And I always read it. You know, why our forefathers sought refuge in this land. They didn't want to be under the thumbscrews of the tyrant, King George. They wanted freedom. They realized that each of us had been given certain unalienable rights. The king had forgotten that because the king became self-serving. And as we think back about kings and queens and princes and princesses and czars and czarinas and emperors and empresses, and I can go on and on if you'd like, but you get the point. Some of them in history have been very, very good. They've taken care of the people they have in their kingdom. And then there are others who don't necessarily have a really good reputation in history because they forgot what they were called to do, to serve. To serve. That's what a king, that's what a monarch does. A king is a leader. A king gives of himself. Today, as we come to the end of our liturgical year, we celebrate the solemnity of the King of the universe, Christ the King. And in this year of Luke that's now come to an end, we hear the soldiers jeer at Jesus. "You saved others. Come down and save yourself." Jesus could have easily done that. He could have. He didn't need to be crucified. But he knew what his role was. To set us free from slavery. To redeem us because of our imperfections. To give us an example. To be a witness to what is truly good in the world. That's why we call him our King. Because this is a king who never lost sight. This is a king who knew what service was. His kingdom is the cross. And from that cross, he now reigns supreme, where we one day hope to go. God's kingdom. Where there is no pain or suffering. Where there are no heartbreaks. Where there are no reasons for us to experience anything that separates us from God's love. For that ultimate and lasting sacrifice which we gather here to celebrate tonight is for our King, who set us free. He was a king who served to the very end. We imitate him when we serve one another, when we forgive the wrongs that have been done to us, when we pick up our cross, when we help someone who is weighed down by the heaviness of his or her own cross. We imitate and emulate Christ the King as disciples. From his cross, he gives us an example that to give one's life for one's friends grants everlasting life. It's a reason to rejoice in a true monarch, a true king, who brings us, even now, lasting peace.